I should be opping for someone here.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Anyway, back to the whole naked thing, and a reporter asked me, so what are you gonna do if you beat SK? And as the story goes, I was sitting there, I was bored at a press conference, and I just said, oh well, if we beat them, I'm gonna throw my shirt to the crowd and run naked across the stage.
Okay.
And as the story continues, we beat SK by 16-0 and 16-7, which was
on
a
Nuke as well, wasn't it?
huge
Oh,
thing.
no.
Yeah, the second map was Nuke.
Oh, right, okay.
Huge thing for us. So you'd think that when we win, we jump up and down and everything. And I was like ecstatic. I was going over to my teammates in Catch Gamer and like wanting to do high fives and everything. And none of them were really interested. All they were doing was like yell at me. Take off your shirt! Take off your shirt! Take it off!
So you did.
That's all you have to do to get him to take his shirt off.
Interesting.
You know,
Good
just shout that
ladies.
All right, enough of the old days. Let's go back to present day and the huge victory that the Wolves have over the Dragons. This forces the Astana Dragons to play Recent Gaming, and Recent Gaming coming out of the BYOC, and they just smashed SK on Inferno. They won 16-3. And our caster, Corey, who was casting that match, he's entirely sure that they now will progress from this group. Have Astana another loss coming at them, Scoots? What do you think?
Again, it depends on how they shake off Nuke. Again, if they went into it knowing not our map, not a huge deal, then they're not going to be super stressed. But again, this Reason team coming all the way out of the BYOC seems to be on fire. Again, like Corey was adamant to us that, oh yeah, they're going to stomp, they're going to stomp. I don't know if I'll make my predictions based on that till I hear who he's going to predict. Again, it should be a good match.
He's gotten in your head now.
He has. Yeah. As long as it's not Nuke, it should be a really good match.
Well, he's already admitted that essentially I'm predicting him, right? So even if Sir Scoots wins, I win.
Now I'm going to have to see. I see. The
go,
meta level predictions here. Getting crazy.
Are you following Corey Dunn's
No, I'm
prediction?
not. I mean, yeah, they got out of the group stage, so I guess you could say the Danes are here for a reason. But I reckon we're going to go with the Astana Dragons. You missed that pun. I'm going to go with the Astana Dragons winning this match quite heavily. I'm actually quite shocked that they beat SK, especially on Inferno, because I said before, I thought Wolves were a big favorite on Inferno. Danish teams historically in CSGO are very good on Inferno. So SK have sort of counterpicked themselves twice and got themselves out of the tournament. So that's a pretty bad storyline there, almost as bad as that pun.
I'm going to go with my fellow American, just so I either start losing or I win on you. So I'll go ahead and I'll go with Corey. We'll take a Reason.
Okay.
All right. We have.
We'll see how that works out.
Yeah, we'll see.
We have some more. We have some more time here, so we're going to go over the player presentations for Astana Dragons.
Okay. So the man we saw eventually bring out the AWP, I want to see him AWP a lot. The problem he has is Russians love to AWP. So Dosia, even though he's an amazing rifler, he'll sometimes use it. Krusha will use it. In fact, what's funny is in their past teams, nearly all of these have used the AWP. I'm not sure if Angel has. Adren wasn't like a huge factor in that game. I thought in general, it didn't seem that difficult for Astana Dragons. I expected a bit more pushback from them. I mean, it seemed like Wolves in general toyed with them, even though I think skill-wise, Astana Dragons actually overmatches the Wolves team in terms of skill. So if I want to see a big win here, and I'm expecting the Reason Gaming team to be a bit weaker skill-wise, I'd expect we'll see Dosia and Marklov beasting this game, and in which case Astana will win comfortably. So are we going to see the next lineup?
Yeah, we're going to get them.
Okay, here we go. We haven't actually looked at these guys yet. Okay, so their star player is Colon. In 1.6 at the very end, he finally started to get into some good teams. Now the problem is he got infamous actually for an online video that implied he cheated in a Nations Cup match. Okay, it did seem when I've watched it, even gone back in the past, he probably did cheat, but that also doesn't mean he's bad, by the way. In fact, think about it this way. If you're really good and you cheat, you're probably going to be even better. So actually, to some degree, that's also the perfect excuse. Then when you go to LAN, you play well, they're like, oh, I wasn't cheating. That doesn't really prove anything. Some of the other players, EXR, also towards the end of 1.6, pretty decent. He looks like the guy out of Prison Break, SMF. He was pretty good in Prison Break. He had an awesome tattoo on his back of the prison. Don't really know this guy, Lom. MSL was the name of an awesome StarCraft tournament in Korea. So, Reason Gaming.
All right, we're going to go down to the tournament floor where Lurpus has caught up with one of the players from Recent Gaming.
We're down here right outside the tournament area with MSL, the in-game leader of Reason Gaming. They went through the BYOC qualifier yesterday here at DreamHack, and they started off well. They just knocked out SK Gaming here, and they're going to play Astana Dragons in a knockout match. So, first of all, how was your preparation coming into DreamHack? I know you're a fairly new roster, so how did you prepare? How ready do you feel, and everything else sort of like that?
We have been playing 5 days a week, like a lot, and we have been preparing so good. We have been making our falls, fix our falls and so on. So yeah, our preparation have been really good.
So now you're going to face off against Astana Dragons. Did you expect, first of all, did you expect Copenhagen Wolves to beat them? And how do you feel about your chances? I know you haven't really played a whole lot of online games, so they probably don't know a whole lot about you. Do you think that's an advantage in your favor?
Yeah, I think it's a big advantage. I thought that Copenhagen Wolves would beat Astana Dragons, and I hope for this match that we were gonna play Inferno again, but they removed it, so we're gonna play Nuke, and hopefully we can surprise and win.
Thank you, and we'll go right back to the studio.
All right, thank you for that, Tomi. So it's Nuke again for Astana Dragons.
Let's see if, I mean, obviously they weren't listening there, but if Astana had listened to my commentary there about SK picking Inferno twice against Danish teams, well, I don't know, mate. Now you've picked Nuke against the Danish team. Another Danish team just destroyed your Nuke. We just said Nuke's not necessarily your best man. But even so, the difference with the Wolves-Astana game was that Wolves are a pretty good team themselves. So then when you give them a good map, then they'll beat you okay. I think Astana are so good, even their bad map, it's going to be at worst close. I think they've still got enough to win.
What do you think, Scoots, about the whole Nuke situation?
Well,
again, over again.
Well, and again, like I kind of asked that question about maps, already knowing the answer. I mean, obviously, it's always been a very CT-sided map. It's very important where you start.
And it's also momentum-based on the CT side, very momentum-based.
Yep. I was hoping he was going to give me a little more detail because they've changed Nuke a little bit from the one we're used to with Secret and all that. So, you know, I'm actually really excited about it. I think I'm gonna get this one.
With the match being played on Nuke, does that sort of even the playing field a little bit more? Because obviously Astana Dragons is a big-name team. But does the whole Nuke situation maybe level the playing field a little bit more, you think, Thorin?
A little bit, in as much as I described it. They in general don't like to play it as much. It's not like they're terrible on it.
Yeah.
They just lost to a very good Nuke team, okay? And in past, when I said they got destroyed by Very Games, yeah, Very Games is a very good Nuke team. They only lose to top teams, okay? It's not like this is a team who they have to have their best match so they can't win. They can beat a team like Reason even on a map like this, for sure. In fact, I still think they're the favorite. So evens it a little bit, but and plus, I have to figure this way, okay? You have to figure that Astana Dragons have a reason to want to play it. So yeah, maybe it went totally wrong there and they got made it look like fools.
You want to start getting
He's
some
got
cold
his
hard
money
cash
out.
into this?
What's that worth, like 10 euro cents or something now? I don't know, if you got any Chinese currency? I need something worth something, man.
You should put some bitcoins on this.
Yeah.
Oh, there you
it's
go.
not ESEA sponsoring it, mate. Come on.
That's just softball.
Yeah.
Last question before we go live. Scoots, Recent Gaming, we're playing BYOC until very, very, very late into the night. Will that have anything to do with it all? Even though they started this group fairly late in the day, you think fatigue could prompt them?
I think they're going to be okay with fatigue. I think it works in their advantage because they cranked out a boatload of Counter-Strike yesterday. So, you know, talk about having super serious practice. I think that's only going to help them.
All right, I'm going to say thank you to Thorin for introducing Norwegian nakedness to a whole new generation of fans, and we're going to go straight into the action here in the tournament area.
It does, in fact, sound like 1 minute. Hello, everybody. Welcome
back, ladies and gentlemen. DreamHack Winter 2013. Apparently, we are ready and live, and I'm hearing a lot of talking in my ear. So what about you, Sam? Like, can you hear a single thing?
I can't.
Oh, well.
Well, it doesn't help that I don't have my second in ear in.
That also doesn't help. Well, we're
Now
sorry
I
about
can
this
hear
rough
you,
start,
Anders.
guys. The game should be going live really soon. It's going to be the consolidation match between Reason and Astana Dragons. What a crazy way to finish off this group, isn't it?
And I don't think anybody could have expected it either.
No.
Astana Dragons. I mean, one of the teams that we can expect to get into the semifinals here, going into the second seed match. and having to go up against one of the underdog teams, one of the BYOC teams as well.
And a BYOC team that not just made it all the way here, and now have to see if they can beat Astana Dragons on Nuke. And, well, that's what Copenhagen Wolves did. Another Danish team just beat Astana to get to this position. But I'm wondering, Reason Gaming, they crushed SK 16-3. That was a devastating victory for Reason, and we'll see if they can kind of keep going from here on out. Let's just see how this is going to progress. It's Reason on the counter-terrorist side. It's Astana Dragons on the terrorist side. Once again, they start off on the less favored side.
Yeah, that's the thing, and it's on Nuke as well. And we know this now that this is one of Astana Dragons' weaker maps. We saw how they struggled versus Copenhagen Wolves, and now versus another Danish team, a strong Danish team. Do not take them lightly. Reason Gaming could punish them, and we already have them off to a good start. EXR and MSL racking up kills.
Oh, and look at SMF jumping in like a superhero. Is going to get the first kill, but he runs out of bullets and will be taken down by Kucha. Lomme comes in with a good shot there on Dosha, and it's Kucha alone in a 1-on-2, and this is not a fun situation to be in with only 40 HP. He's got the bomb at the very least, and I don't know about this. Lomme has to just fall back here. They need to double team him, not go at him one at a time.
Now this is it. They have to work these angles, because if he does manage to turn this into a 1-on-1 with 40 seconds left on the clock, the mind games kick in. And look at this, Kucher already setting up for the flank. But this is so tricky. Loma, he is not having any of it. He's backing off to yard, and he's actually going to just go and look for a different angle. This is so smart from him.
Let's see how this goes. 20 seconds on the clock. I mean, Kucha, you're right. Going out like that and staying in the lobby and then going back into the bomb site. Very tricky play. Now he's going to try and make a run for it. He gets caught by Loma, so now they know exactly what's up. He's going to go up again. Kucha is playing this mind game, well, to the very limit, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. That he is. And now he's going to get the plant as well. And he whips his pistol out. He drops down to 9 points of health. He's looking for the shot, but he's not going to get it. Colin locks it down for the team. They'll have plenty of time for the defuse. And that is the pistol round going Reason Gaming's way.
Yes, and well, it's a team ace as well from Reason Gaming. Each individual member of the team picked up a kill, so really good team effort there. The fact that Kucha got the bomb down in that 1-on-2 is impressive though, and that will give Astana a good opportunity to make the buy in the third round. Well, let's see. I mean, it's upsetting enough that Astana didn't make it out first in the group. What happens if they don't make it out of the group at all?
That's the thing. Riots in the streets, man. Riots in the streets. This is the CIS super team that we're talking about here. The team that was put together originally to take down NIP, to be the answer. And now, well, here we are, biggest tournament in CS history, and
now is not the time
on
to
the
choke.
brink. They are on the brink of going out.
Yeah, now is definitely not the time to choke at all, but, well, we can't roll them out yet. We'll see how it goes 1-0 early on here for Reason Gaming, and the second round is coming up now. FAMASs and P90s, pretty much all around 1 M4 as well. That's what they've bought, so no submachine guns at all on the Danish side.
Yeah, that Pro 90. I like it a lot. And yeah, well, we still have looking for an angle here. Loma's actually going to go plummeting out of the sky. He goes into support, and he's actually going to get caught. Angel catches him in the back. Adrian looking for one as well, and SMF is now the man on the lower side. MSL bringing that Pro 90 to the floor. He brings it back to a 3-on-3 situation. He could get some more, and he does do just that. Kucher goes down, and he's going to be spotted. He gets the man in the heavens as well. That's the bomb down. MSL going big for Reason Gaming right now.
Yeah, Angel outside here with the M4 picked up. He's got 45 seconds to see if he could find some sort of opening and maybe get a kill on another person. This is already a cool eco round coming up from Reason. If they get even more than this, or not from Reason, from Astana, but if they get more than this, it's going to be a real problem.
Yeah, it is going to be fairly tricky. With 30 seconds left. I mean, he is going to come down to Angel here. We're going to watch his point of view and see where he's going to set up. And that is not going to be the case. We are actually going to be watching EXR as he is going to come around that corner. There we go. They got the spot in EXR as soon as Angel comes around that corner. Not a hope in hell again. Now they're alive. 2 rounds for Reason Gaming now, just completely shutting down the Dragons. And, well, the Dragons, it's now their time to shine. And we see them buying up. They're going to get the AKs. They're going to get the nades and the armor to go with it.
Yeah, and well, we were off to a bit of a rough start, so let's just quickly as well welcome everyone here to the stream, and also just quick reminder to production, we still have a little bit of audio in the background, so maybe we can make sure that there's no microphones on anywhere else. Third round is coming up straight away, and let's see if Reason can manage to hold on now that Astana Dragons have bought actual real rifles.
Actual real rifles. These aren't the plastic toy rifles that they had before, man.
Exactly.
These things fire real guns, real bullets.
Yeah. This is the real stuff. 2-for-1 trade early on. It's going to be Kucha coming in, trying to see if he can clench it. He gets the 1 kill, jumps down, almost could have got that on Lomme, but it's still a 2-on-2 situation. Angel will pick him off though, and now it's on Colon. Gets the first shot with the FAMAS, and now it's a 1-on-1 situation. Good grenade will take 40-some health off him, but it's not done yet.
It is far from it. There's still a minute left on the clock. This is crazy how aggressive both of these teams are getting this round started. I mean, there's 45 seconds left. or rather there's 45 seconds before that minute mark, and they are already down to a one-on-one, and Colin catches him out, catches Angel by surprise. Angel cannot react in time, and he lives with like 2 points of health.
I mean, that's one of those rounds. I mean, we saw this against Copenhagen Wolves. Astana had so many rounds where they brought it down to a one-on-X situation or a one-on-one situation, and they could have taken them. But the fact that they lost all those rounds, you know, eventually that compounds, and they lost the game. They don't want to do this again. They need to win these one-on-X situations, and that will definitely bring them right back into it. 3-0, nothing is said and done yet, but it's a good start for the Danish team so far.
And this is a terrific start. Colin, you know, Danish counterpart, of course. But Colin, he does miss that first shot there, unfortunately for him, but that's not going to stop MSL from getting a little work done on his side of things. There are P250s blocked, but they line up perfectly. EXR, as they come out of Squeaky, knocks him down like 9 pins, and it's down to a 5-on-2, and Angel is dancing for some reason with the XR. He wanted to get up close and personal.
Yeah, well, it's good to take a time out every once in a while.
That's a scary situation there.
Yeah, a lot of damage onto Colin there. Don't want to, you know, drop the orb like that, but Markelov is going to go down nonetheless. 2 Lome. Triple kill from Extra in that round. Pretty good start. 4-0 now. The 5th round is coming up, and we'll have to see. Astana, they are going to make the buy here. No AWP or anything like that picked up. I'm looking at you, Markelov. Really would like to see him try and see if he could challenge outside. But, you know, you said Nico, one of the strong opens, and that was obviously on Copenhagen Wolves, but Colon is also one who could contend with that.
Yeah, we've seen some action from him just recently, in fact, in the Fragile Masters last week, and, well, that was impressive to say the least. So Colin, we have to keep an eye on him. He has the ability to ruin Astana Dragon's day, just like, well, his Danish counterpart on the Copenhagen Wolves. And there we go, already off to a fine start. Catches Angel out in the yard and denies Astana Dragons again this point of entry.
Yeah, now what are they going to do? They got everybody in the lobby. They have smoke going off in the hut. They're not really sure where to go. You see Adrian's just kind of waiting for it to disappear. And when it does, what's the play going to be? There's still more than a minute left. They got one person outside up on the roof, so I'm wondering if he's going to be the guy trying to flash them in. Yeah, Kucha has a smoke there. It goes into the bomb site. Flash is going to come in as well. Reason going to be ready. MSL is down on the floor waiting. They're going to rush in, try to plant the bomb. MSL can't see a thing, but he gets the shot. Goes for a second one, but he doesn't turn around for it quick enough. Exa will pick up Dosia, though it's still a 4-on-2 situation. Now 4-on-1 for Kucha. No luck at all.
That nade as well, that chased him out of there, but they are looking so solid. 5 rounds in a row for Reason Gaming. The BYOC team in this group having fought their way through the crucible, the marathon matches of the BYOC. They are now here in the round of 16, and well, they're taking it to one of the best teams in the world. We have to keep reiterating that because it's just so true. Astana Dragons, man, they are terrifying.
Yes, they really are. I mean, you said they were built to beat NIP, and that they actually did at ESWC to come 3rd place and put NIP in 4th. So, yeah, the team has already done that, but right now, we're in a group stage. It's a best-of-1 map. There are no second chances here for Astana. They need to play their 8 game right here and right now. And Angel is pushing outside, seeing if he could get the kill on anyone. He does get tagged through the container there, but doesn't do too much damage. MSL, though, picks up a kill on Kucha, so a great start once again for Reason.
Fine work again, the entry going their way. We have some shots going out. EXR is going to duck behind the vents, and now, well, he's just going to hold here. Hope that he can find that angle later on in this fight, but right now it's just coming down to Astana Dragons, hoping to find somebody out of position, hoping to punish someone on Reason Gaming's side. And Reason Gaming, look at this, you know, the way that they're playing this, they're in an arc right now. They're just holding each other, and Colin gets the shot onto Angel, just barely sees him around that corner. It's enough to get the job done.
Yeah, pretty quick flick coming out. SMF's going to pick off Dozier, and it's going to be Adrian. Oh, Colin shooting through onto Markelov. He almost got that second shot. It really is remarkable how good his predictions are in this situation. And, well, Adrian is going to go down outside after getting the shot on Lome. That does leave Markelov alone in a 1-on-4. This is, this is Astana Dragons really struggling now.
They are desperate at this point. They need to get a plant, but Markelov in this 1-on-4, every angle of attack is going to be covered, and he sees that now, knows that there's a man waiting for him down. SMF in the ramp is not going to allow him to get in through there, and with 16 seconds left, there's just, I mean, it's Markelov. He needs to do something here. Yeah. He goes for the fight, and he gets taken out.
No luck at all. I'm trying to think in my mind, what is the play that Astana are looking for? They've had a fair few now, I mean, more or less 6 fairly slow rounds, except for the pistol run, actually. So 5 slow rounds after that, where they've been you know, taking up position in the lobby, maybe trying to push a little bit outside, but I'd like to see them try something different, just to see if it even works. Just test out the waters, at least.
Yeah, exactly. Push into ramp, push into to those other areas, because we have yet to see Astana Dragons really make a ramp play here. For example, you know, they're really focusing on the yard. They're really trying to take a fight to Colin, and that's just not working out. Colin, he is lining up shot after shot. I mean, this guy, he's sitting second with 6-1 scoreline.
Yeah,
this
is a little bit scary.
Yeah, Astana Dragons, again, you know, they have a man on yard. He's poking about, peeking about, seeing if he can spot somebody, if he can spot Colin and Garage.
SMF is in the ramp room waiting, but he's not catching anyone yet. MSL here, shooting it through the smoke, trying to guess the angle, but not really going to get anything for it. More than a minute left still for Astana Dragon. They have bought P250s here. Desperation buy, I think, just hoping that they can maybe make it work. SMF's going to pick off one, keep shooting through, but he's not going to catch another one. But I don't know. Great look at the tabs coming out here from SMF.
He's like, that's a Christmas present there, and he almost gets a little bit more there too. That was scary for a second. But now it's just like Astana Dragons. They've got the P250s, sure. But they've tested ramp, sure. And they find no way. SMF is still there. And there's two guys now on ramp. They've taken too much time with this. There's two members of Reason Gaming waiting on the other side. Once past this doorway, SMF can line them up, and he's already going to work. He gets two quick headshots, and that is fine work indeed. Loma comes in and gets the last one.
Oh, very near an ace there. That would have been good fun.
Close.
Even though it wasn't eco round, still, you know, it's like nice to get those kills in and also boost your morale quite a lot. We got a 7-0 scoreline here in favor of the Danish team, and the Astana Dragons are all of a sudden looking a little bit worried. Look at them here. Their heads down, not looking too happy at all.
Not talking a lot either, and that's something you have to keep an eye on as well. Once teams start getting quiet, that's when it starts getting dangerous.
Yeah.
They need to be communicating, you know, seeing what they can come up with here to put a stop to this, because this is starting to get ridiculous. This is getting out of hand. 7 rounds in a row for Reason Gaming, and hardly any plans to speak of here for Astana Dragon. They are just hurting. They have no money to work with.
They really don't. On the other hand, the Danish team has an absurd amount of money, and they just keep building it up. Excess here on the ramp will take down the kill on. Angel goes for a second one, and he will get it onto Kucha. So shutting down that yard push, and the problem is now the people who were in the lobby, you know, their role was dependent on that yard push to actually work out, and now they're just kind of blindly pushing in here. 5-on-3.
5-on-3, and Colin just continues to wreak havoc. Picks off Markov in the ramp area, and Doja and Adrian, last two men standing. Doja finally getting a piece of the action, takes out SMF. Colin is waiting, however, and they're right around the corner. It is still a 3-on-2, and this is feasible here for Astana, but not if they drop out like that. EXR picks him in the vents, and now it's all down to Doja.
I mean, if he had had, I don't know, spiked boots on or something, he could have probably killed Exa with just by jumping on him. Then he survives with 12 HP, and well, now it's on Doja in a 1-on-3, and this would be, I mean, this is now where Astana need to show their star material and get Doja to clutch this 1-on-3. That could be a great comeback into this, but if they give Reason this round once again, how could they actually hope to get to come back? I mean, they need those 4 or 5 rounds on the terrorist side, and last time on Nuke, they didn't get them.
We'll just stop short as well. Doja, he's going to go for the plant, and Colin's not showing himself. Colin is actually letting this happen. He's calling out to his teammates. This is the thing. There's no reason to turn this into like this one after the other engagement. They just need to set up for each other here.
Well, he's made it 1-on-2 now. Doja's playing this really well. Colin, is he going to peek at the right time or not? He's just waiting for Exa to come in, flash drop, and now they know where he is. Doja dropping low on health, and Colin will get the double. Exa with the triple. Bomb is going to get defused.
That was a sick flash, though. That's what we're talking about with teamwork. EXR sails that flash right into Doja's face. Colin gets all the free time in the world to peek, despite the fact that Doja had some pretty accurate spray there. Couldn't get the kill on Colin. He drops down, and that's the 8th round secured here. But this is, again, you know, we're seeing the replay now. Again, Astana Dragons just focusing on yard, putting 3 guys out here. You had 1 on top of Silo as well, and they just get obliterated every single time.
Yeah. The only thing you could say as a sort of silver lining for Astana was that they got 3 kills in that round, so it sort of scratches the Danish economy a little bit, but it's nothing overwhelming at this point. I mean, there's 14,000 on Exodus, 12,500 on Colon. That in itself is completely ridiculous, and now we're in the 9th round, score being 8-0. Astana Dragons have to pick up this round. They can't wait any longer. They must do it, and well, MSL's looking in here through the hut. Does take a lot of damage.
He's got to be careful. He's going to chuck that nade out there, and there's the smoke, and that should put a stop to that. But you're right, you know, trying to change things up though, Reason. They don't want to get complacent. They want to just keep Astana Dragons guessing, keep them on their toes, and aggressive little pushes into hut like that can pay off big. He gets out of there with his life intact though, and that's that you could, I suppose, consider that a success. Had he just died for nothing, that would have been a problem.
Yeah, definitely would have. We just saw Kucher up on the off on the rooftop, just waiting there, ready to smoke in through the windows, and he just threw the smoke down. Now he's going to flash in afterwards. Is it going to work, though? The push is coming in, and MSL once again down on the floor waiting. He's going to go down. Lomet picks up a kill, though, gets a second one now. A 2-for-1 trade coming in here, and he keeps going. The triple from Lomet now. Really defending his bomb site like a champion, and well, he's finally, well, Exler gets the kill. Lomet does go down eventually, but still a great round from Reason. 9-0. Semler, when is this going to stop?
I think these guys are wondering the same thing. They're asking themselves the same question. You can see, man, there's just confusion right now. They almost look resigned. Like, we are down 9-0, guys. What the hell? And these cats look just happy as could be.
That they do. Exo with 11, 1, and 2 as a score. Pretty crazy. And also Colon with 8, 3, and 1. I mean, this is just a strong performance. There's no other way to say it. But you have to wonder what went through the mind of Astana when they ended up on Nuke once again. Why would they do that?
Exactly right. You know, how did this come about? You would have expected them to at least try and change the map, switch things up, get Inferno, I mean, of all things. But I'm wondering if Reason, they were just like, nope, we're not going to allow that. We know your tendencies, we know your strengths, and we're just going to force you to play on Nuke, one of our stronger maps, it appears.
I mean, this is some scary stuff coming out here. More than a minute left on the clock. Astana Dragons, they have an AWP on Doja. They have 4 AKs as well. Is this going to be the round where they actually manage to make it work?
It's shaping up to be that way. I mean, we have Angel. Look at this. Angel has snuck all the way back around.
Yeah. And obviously this is a strong position, so the push into ramp room could really work if they time it right. But SMF is here, takes the first kill, goes for a second one. Can't quite find it, pulls out the pistol. He's finally going to go down, so great entrance. But Colon is here. He takes the first kill, and they still have to jump down that ledge, and he knows it as well.
That's about the time. And now while they're inching out, he misses the shot, though. Misjudges the height, and Colon lets him by. It's a 2-on-3 situation now, but MSL is waiting in the vents. He takes some shots, takes a little bit of damage as well. It's a back-and-forth trade, but the bomb is about to get planted, and this could be Astana Dragons' moment. There's only MSL left to put a stop to this.
He gets the first headshot, but they must win this 1-on-2, otherwise it's completely ridiculous. He goes out, gets another shot. MSL turns around. Does he realize that Angel is down here behind the door? That's the question. He's got the kit, he's got the flashbang, and Angel just has to wait. MSL goes hunting, in fact. He closes the door, waits, opens it up, comes through, but Angel is there to double kill. Finally around for Astana Dragons, 1-9. And now they have still a long road ahead of them. I mean, this is only the beginning. They need to win, I mean, 2 or 3 more rounds on the row here.
That's very cool, though. We almost saw it there, but using the door to cover his approach. Of course, the step would have been heard, but that was still pretty slick. And 9-1 to score. Yeah, this is the big deal here. Astana Dragons finally on the board. But this is scary as well, because if they get caught again, they lose another round, they're back down to 1,400 money, and they are just going nowhere. It's so important now that Astana Dragons start to rack up the kills, but doing it this way, Colin already picking off Angel from the yard, is not the way to start.
No, it definitely is not. And I mean, if it takes 9 rounds before Astana get 1, well, then there aren't even that many rounds in the game. It doesn't really work out mathematically, so Astana need to up their efficiency, do even more than they're doing now somehow. But when you get shot down like this early in the yard, I mean, Angel has been pushing the yard so many times in this game. It's kind of been his position, and I fear that the logic behind that kind of push is simply to say, well, if we get the pick early on outside, then we have an upper hand and then we can do something. But since that clearly isn't working, might be trying to revise that strategy a little bit.
Might be time, but here we go. Adrian trying to get back onto the site, but Hexer is waiting for him and gets the headshot instantly as he comes out of the hut. Again, Hexer racking him up, gets a second one. They do manage to pick off the man on Cat, but there are 2 men waiting on the spot, and Lama and MSL knock it down and get that 10th round. And now Astana Dragons, they're flying into the doghouse. They don't have much money. You can see on the side here, I mean, $3K, $2,500 on Doja. This is just not enough.
That it is not. 12 rounds into the game, and Astana Dragon, they look like a broken team right now, don't they? I mean, when you look at the camera shots, they don't look like a team that are sort of trying to motivate each other. They're not patting each other on the back. They're not having any kind of, you know, that talk where you like punch each other in the face and say, "Let's go, boys, let's get it." There's nothing like that right now.
It's really getting kind of dour or kind of grave over there, it seems, and well. Exer is just dueling it up, and that's the bomb down. Markov has now dropped the bomb, and they know where it is, Reason. They're just going to sit on top of this.
Yeah, and this eco round from Astana Dragons is falling apart. I mean, they're not even getting any kills or anything. Either, even if they were, it's probably too late to try and drop the Danish economy. And Colon is having a party. They're celebrating already.
He's just doing random stuff. I mean, like this guy. They're going to find him at the end. He's just standing behind the wall. And that was like watching an ostrich. You know, he's like, if I don't see them, they don't see me. Doesn't exist.
How long before the negative comes out?
Please. We need to see the negative now. And I want to see like the negative in main or something like that. And he's like, okay, they're pushing yard, just negative through. Spray them all down as they run past.
I mean, why not? Why not?
Negative and hut too could be pretty good.
The fact is that it becomes hard right now because, you know, we can talk for a long time about the stuff we wish we saw from Astana, but they need an entrance somewhere. They need an opening, a window, and recent gaming aren't giving them any. Everywhere Astana turns up, they just run into death, and that becomes a big problem because every strategy does involve, you know, getting that first kill. But here we go, 2-for-1 trade.